Hey guys, welcome to this episode of From the Pages. I am Anthony. This is Collectors Entertainment Network, and we're up to the July 1986 issue of Sports Review Wrestling. We're on the second half of 1986. But before we get into that, guys, I'd like to ask you, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to have you back. Please comment down below. Let me know your memories of these Apter mags. That would be great to hear. Guys, also, please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. And go ahead and give this video a like, because that helps a lot too. All right, so there we go. We've got July 1986. Who we got on the cover? Roddy Piper, Paul Orndorff. It looks like Tully, Blanchard. It was that Magnum TA. I mean, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the pages. All right, guys, here we go. July 1986 Sports Review Wrestling. We have the bare facts behind Paul Orndorff's humiliation of Roddy Piper. Special section, halftime, the greatest matches of the 80s. Sheer violence in the UWF. The Sheep Herders make tag team wrestling wild and woolly. Sports Review interview, Nick Bockwinkel. And up here we have super action-packed issue. Let's get right on it. Okay. There you go. We've got ads like usual. And then we get to the table of contents for July 1986. And double feature, Pro Wrestling Illustrated's Lords of the Ring and Ringmasters, The Great American Bash. Both only $44.95 each. That was a bargain back in the 80s. Alright, mailbag. This is sort of your letters to the editor. And over here we have Show the World You're a True Wrestling Star. Pro Wrestling Illustrated hats. Shirts, frisbee, stickers, pins, and of course the deluxe package right there. Alright, we have the Tattler. Looks like Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy. And the Wrestling Monthly, different from all the rest. Subscribe to Sports Review Wrestling. Look, only $17. $17 is about the price of a single magazine nowadays. Alright, the Inquiring Reporter. That looks like Rick Rude, and yep, that looks like Percy Pringle, but most people know him as Paul Bearer. There he is, right there. Alright, and special subscription offer to Pro Wrestling Illustrated. 12 big issues, only $22. Alright, We Accuse. Yeah, this is, from time to time, the editors of this magazine find it necessary to condemn those in wrestling who would subvert the basic principles of decency, integrity, and honesty. Without such truths, our sport will die. This is not in every issue, but it is in, every few issues. And coming June 24th, the Summer Spectacular, the big September issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. 80 power-packed pages, 12 pages of full color. It is featuring PWI's exclusive full color coverage of WrestleMania 2, Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tournament, Wrestle Rock 86, David Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions, plus all the regular PWI features. Look at that. PWI's Summer Spectacular issue is cover dated September 1986, on sale June 24th, wherever magazines are sold. There you go. I love how Pro Wrestling Illustrated is like 3 months in advance. Alright, Top Wrestlers answer your question of the month. The question is, if you hadn't become involved in wrestling, what would you be doing? And we get answers from Exotic Adrian Street, Greg Gagne, Rick Morton, Stan Hansen, Missy Hyatt, Rick Martel, Ric Flair, Jim Cornette, Rick Rude, and Kevin Von Erich. There you go. Alright, back issues for Inside Wrestling and The Wrestler. Alright, Wrestler of the Month, and in this case it's Wrestlers of the Month. July 1986, it's the British Bulldogs. Of course, that's Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid. They're about to win the Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania 2. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. Alright, some more ads and some more back issues for Sports Review Wrestling, this magazine itself. Alright, Sports Review interview with Nick Bockwinkel, like it said on the cover. There you go. Still rolling the AWA. Pretty soon he'd be coming over and doing commentary on WWF. He used to commentate for like the Madison Square Garden shows. I don't know I don't know what else he might have done, but I know he used to commentate for the Madison Square Garden shows come like, maybe not 87, but definitely by like 88, maybe 87. I don't know. You guys let me know. Because I remember being a New Yorker, we had MSG Network, used to watch those garden shows, and Bockwinkel would be commentator in just another few years from this point. All right, Wrestling's Best, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, Inside Wrestling, and The Wrestler. You get all the 36 issues for only $42. All right, special section, Halftime, the greatest matches of the 80s. It says up top there, we've reached the midway point of the 1980s, a perfect time to look back and reflect on those sensational, memorable matchups that have already made wrestling history and are setting the pace for the future of professional wrestling. So it's sort of halfway through the 80s. And there you go. See what we got. All right, 1980, the greatest matches. 1981, isn't it ironic? Look, it's Hogan and Andre. By 1987, I didn't even know that had happened. I thought, oh my goodness, you know, it was Hogan and Andre WrestleMania 3, first time. I was a kid. I didn't know that this stuff had happened. All right, there you go, 81. There's Andre. I don't know who he's facing. All right, the greatest matches of 82. The greatest matches of 83. The greatest matches of 84. Now, there's Hogan beating Sheik. Now, it's an important match. It's obviously probably the most important match of 1984, as it was the kickoff of Hulkamania, but it wasn't one of the greatest matches. It was like a 6 or 8 minute match. Not one of the greatest matches, but it is definitely one of the most important matches. And of course, there 85. You've got the WrestleMania main event. Uh-oh. The bare facts behind Paul Orndorff's humiliation of Roddy Piper. Should blur that out. And then Tully Blanchard and Magnum TA are having a feud. Some great pictures. And sheer violence in the UWF. The Sheepherders make tag team wrestling wild and woolly. Of course, the Sheepherders would eventually move to the WWF and become the Bushwhackers. More of the Sheepherders article. And there we go, ratings analysis. Obviously, the next page, or pages, will be the monthly rankings, or ratings, as it is in this magazine. Official wrestling ratings. You got your top 10 singles and your top 10 tag teams. You got your NWA, your AWA, your WWF, your World Championship. And on your second page, you got World Class, UWF, Florida, Mid-Southern, Continental, Northwest, most popular and most hated wrestlers. Okay, we've got some ads, and we've got the mailbag continued. And we've got a second chance to catch the big one. Must have been the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Achievement 85. All right, this month in The Wrestler and Pro Wrestling Illustrated. All right, in The Wrestler, we've got Ric Flair, King Kong Bundy, Nikita Koloff, Superstar Graham, The Fabulous Ones, Lex Luger, Siva Afi, Rick Martel. And over in Pro Wrestling Illustrated, we've got Randy Savage, Lex Luger, Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, The Road Warriors, Tully Blanchard, Ric Flair, and Rick Rude. And on this page, we've got the mailbag continued and some more back issues for other wrestling magazines. We've got some more ads, and we've got some more mailbag and some more back issues for other wrestling magazines. Wrestler Annual, Pro Wrestling Illustrated Annual, good stuff. Alright, here is the Tattler continued, and here are your back issues of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Alright, more ads. Tattler continued. You got, Andre the Giant there, Roddy Piper versus Mr. T. And then an exclusive offer, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the world's largest selling wrestling magazine. Looks like you can get yourself in a mock photo, a mock cover. Just maybe you just send in the photo. I don't know. Alright, Wrestling USA, the All-American back issue offer. We've got Inquiring Reporter continued. There's Rick Rude with some sort of championship belt. And then over there's Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. Good stuff. And then We Accuse continued. Of course, this is towards the back of the magazine where you get all the continuations of the articles and columns from the beginning of the magazine. And over there we got special offer for Hulk Hogan fans. Hulkamania from Pocket Books. Pretty cool stuff. Does anybody have this book? Let me know. Let me know. Tell me in the comments below. Where'd you get it? How'd you get it? And is it any good? And the most incredible grab bag in wrestling history. A bunch of different back issues you can order from all different wrestling magazines. Alright, Halftime. The greatest matches of the 80s so far continued. And Sports Review Wrestling back issues. Here's the Halftime article continued, as well as Victory Sports Wrestling magazine. I think that's the magazine that made Vince change what was Victory magazine, WWF Victory magazine, to then just WWF magazine. All right, some more ads. Getting close to the end. Also more ads, more back issues, and the Halftime article continued. I think this is the last page, and of course it's Wrestling's Greatest Subscription Deal, Inside Wrestling and the Wrestler, and of course more ads on the back. And the back cover is, well, that's really cool. It's wall-to-wall super color excitement, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, all four for only $10. I guess it's the Superstar Special, whatever they have. All right, guys, so that is July 1986 issue of Sports Review Wrestling. All right, guys, that was the July 1986 issue of Sports Review Wrestling. Guys, again, I'm going to ask you, please subscribe, please like, please comment, and please share. All those things help the channel so much and is so greatly appreciated. All right, so we're just going to keep rolling along. Next week is going to be the August 1986 issue of Sports Review Wrestling. But until next time, guys, have a good one.